Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of my Wednesday video game streams. Today I am going to start working my way through the Adventures of Batman Robin on the Sega Game Gear, which is a console that I had no idea even existed until recently. So I must have missed it back in the day. I was more of a Nintendo person personally, so this is one of the Sega consoles. You know, they did Sega Genesis, Sega CD, Sega Dreamcast, just stuff like that. I never had a Sega, so I only ever played that stuff when I was visiting a friend's house or something like that. Who do we have here in the comments today? We've got crazy Andrew McGee feeling kind of lonely. Nobody would talk to him for a minute, but hey Andrew, thanks for being here. You were a Sega person, that's cool. Did anyone actually ever play this game on the Game Gear back in the day? It's a really interesting game. I think you're gonna enjoy it, I hope. But yeah, okay, Andrew Cazzini's in here. We got the usual. I'm looking to the side here because I've got my phone pulled up with the live chat here on YouTube. Drew Oliver, currently in your area the temperature is 70. Is that my area or your area? Because I wouldn't be surprised if it's my area. I'm in Alabama right now, of all places. So it could be 70. What else? We got Dejin Black. Bro, what? Hey. That looks like it for now. That's cool. Oh, Joe Daddy had a question actually. Oh, this is a really kind of topical question for me actually, Joe Daddy. If you were to save at least one of the Grodd supporters who were frozen by Killer Frost and alive, who would it be? That is such a good question because I wonder, well, yeah, I can't actually I'm not going to show you, but there's a, I'm about to go fishing. Oh my god, yeah, Maddie. So, yeah, you asked me if I would save any Grodd supporters killed by frozen by Killer Frost, and I just got some cover art back today from the Legacies of the DC Animated Universe webcomic that I write. You can read that for free at legacesdcau.com, and one of the upcoming story arcs is going to deal exactly with that. And so the cover shows Killer Frost kind of in the style of that meme of the girl who burned her house down with fire. If you know that meme I'm talking about, she's kind of looking at the camera with like this sly look on her face, and behind her the house is on fire. So this cover shows Killer Frost with all the villains in the glacier that she froze right behind her. It's a pretty cool cover, and it's not quite finished. I was gonna show it off, but it's not finished yet, so I'm gonna hold on. To it, but yeah, in this issue, I can tease you enough and say that the villain I would save would be the Shade. The Shade is one of my favorites. I love the James Robinson Starman comics with the Shade. I'm really excited for Stargirl Season 2 because the Shade's going to be a main character in that. So yeah, that's my answer to that, and a slight spoiler for an upcoming Legacies issue as well.
Any ideas?
Yeah. Andrew Cazzini, we evolved right past sanity. LOL, hashtag 12 level intellects. Fair enough, we did. Jen Black says, I wonder how much of an impact Batman Dark Tomorrow would have made if it was actually a good game. That is a good point. A couple of years ago, James and I believe Maddie was involved in this conversation, correct me if you weren't, but we spoke to Scott Peterson, who was one of the editors, or actually the lead writer, I'm sorry, on Batman Gotham Adventures, and he edited some of the other Batman Adventures comics. But Scott was the writer of the Batman Dark Tomorrow video game, and so we got to talk to him about the making of that game and sort of the disappointment behind that because the game didn't do so well. So check that out on the Watchtower database. It's going to be under the interview playlist somewhere, the Scott Peterson Gotham Adventures conversation. It's a good one, so if you want to know more about Batman Dark Tomorrow, that's a great one to listen to. Yeah, you know what, Crazy Andrew McGee, I agree with you. Titan Season 2 is a lot better than Titan Season 1. So that is, that's my thoughts as well. Maddie didn't meet Scott until the 24-hour stream. So yeah, the first interview was just me and James. But yeah, it's a good one for learning about Batman Dark Tomorrow, which is a game that I was hoping to eventually play here on these streams. I'm still kind of looking into a good way how to do that, because I recently acquired some technology in the near future that will let me basically like use my old Xbox 360 and PlayStation 2 as almost like a video feed into my laptop, so I'll be able to use like the computing power from those systems and feed it directly into the stream. So pretty soon I'll be able to play games like Gotham City Racer on the PlayStation and the Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, and for Xbox I'm gonna end up doing like the console versions of Batman Vengeance and Rise of Sin 2. So yeah, excited for all that. But today, like I said, we're going to do the Adventures of Batman and Robin on Game Gear. And this is the third Adventures of Batman and Robin video game that I'm working my way through. A couple months ago, I played through the Super Nintendo version. That was pretty tricky. I had kind of struggled with some of the later levels on that one, but it was still like, that's probably my favorite game so far, just because the graphics are so close to what the actual Batman the main series looked like. And then I played the Adventures of Batman and Robin on Sega Genesis, and that was a nightmare of a game just because it was so fast paced and it was just crazy. So you can check all that out on the Pod Tower channel, which is where we archive all of these streams. So go follow that if you haven't already. It's the Pod Tower, and you can catch up on some of those old video game streams, as well as other videos from James Strecker, who does the Tuesday afternoon readings of the Justice League Adventures Justice League Unlimited comic book tie-ins, just to determine if they're canon with the rest of the shows. So this week he just read through Justice League Unlimited number 3 with the Atom and Firestorm. That was a pretty good one. Maddie, his videos are on there too, doing novelization read-throughs on Thursdays, and he does timelining, I don't know a good way to explain it, timelining extravaganzas on Saturday. That's what I'm going to call it. And those, you never really know what to expect out of those. They're a lot of fun. So they're all up there on the Pod Tower. We've also got Tim Talk Podcast and DCAU Review is also, they're all up there on the Pod Tower YouTube channel. A lot of awesome stuff there. They'll still talking about Titans down here. Yeah, the Jim Black asked if I use an emulator to stream and play the games. I do. I have solely, actually. That's been my method so far. Usually Game Boy Advance has been the games I've been playing so far, just because my laptop's been a little iffy. This is actually, the Super Nintendo one, the Sega Genesis one, have been kind of pushing it to its limit. So I think this one's going to run okay. But yeah, usually emulators. But I was glad to find an alternative way to be able to like actually plug in my PlayStation, Xbox. So I'm looking forward to. I'm like missing one piece, but it's supposed to come in the mail here pretty soon. So I'm gonna start playing some of those games in a couple months after I work through the rest on my list. So yeah, after the Adventures of Batman and Robin on Game Gear, there's one more Adventures of Batman and Robin game. Like I said, there was the Super Nintendo, there was the Sega Genesis, I'm playing the Sega Game Gear, and the last one was for Sega CD, which is known as the Lost Episode, because it had cutscenes throughout the game that were actually animated by the exact same studio that did most of the Batman the Animated Series, and it had a production number, I forget which one it was, as if it was an actual episode of the show. So yeah, that one is, I'm probably not going to play it next, but I'm going to try to play it after the one I play next, if that makes sense. So next is probably going to either be like Justice League Injustice for All for the Game Boy Advance, or I might jump into Batman Rise of Sin 2. I haven't decided yet. But first, gotta do the Adventures of Batman and Robin Game Gear. I'm a little tongue-tied right now. I haven't had enough coffee. Jake Johnson's at work. That's cool. Hey Jake. Alright, y'all, let's get started playing some Batman games. Okay, there's no music here at the beginning, but I'll just kind of let it play so y'all can see the opening titles. Which there wasn't really any. So, okay, here we go. We're going to start a new game. Okay, the music should be going for you now. I don't know how loud it is. I'm going to actually just test it real quick, make sure it's coming through. How loud it is. Yeah, it sounds like it's happening. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I forgot to read the thing. Let me just restart it real quick, and I'll make sure to read that out loud. My bad, everybody. Just testing the sound, and it seemed like it worked okay. You know what? Superman got a solo game, Digin Black. I just played through the Superman Countdown to Apocalypse game last week. Okay, here we go. I'm actually going to read the thing this time. Okay, level 1, Mad Hatter, obviously. The Joker has kidnapped Robin to lure Batman into a game. Using Gotham's most feared criminals and an army of mechanical bad guys, the Joker makes them compete with one another to distract Batman. The Mad Hatter has the first try. Alright. So that's the plot. Streets of Gotham City. There we go. So I can move, I can throw batarangs, and that's it. Like, there's not a lot of buttons. It's really left, right, down. And then the B button is attack, and I think I have unlimited batarangs, and then when I get closer to people, I can actually punch. And the A button is jump. And that is solely the controls. And there's no block button, so it's really easy to get hit by bullets. Like that guy. I don't know if I can hit that guy. Alright, I was trying to jump up at him. There's gotta be a way to get on that ledge. What am I doing? Okay, if I hit the start button, so see I've got batarangs and it says unlimited. I've got 9 lives. I don't have a throwing star, electric star, explosive, or a bat bola. So there's other items I will get eventually. Okay, but I gotta figure out a way up there. Oh, there we go. That guy must have fallen down or something. He's gone now. Okay. That'll do it, I guess. Can I jump on that? Yes. Oh no, but okay. So I got hit by a gun and I dropped off. But this is challenging without a block button. Do you think this is the bank from the intro? Like it's about to explode any minute? I do. So that guy's back. I avoided him last time somehow. This is the hardest part. It's just jumping on the ledges. There we go. That was more like it. Okay. Okay, now there's a guy on the other end. There we go. Okay. That was better. Cool. Oh, yeah. I guess that bank from the intro was by the seaside. Don't know you're Batman. I just jumped on that guy. I don't know what that was, but I will take it. Was it an item? Yeah, Bat-Bola. So I have those now. Okay, I'm gonna try those out here in a second. Thinking I gotta jump all the way back up here again. Okay, we're gonna try that Bat-Bola out on this guy. Did it work? Yeah, it works, but I think I wasted it. There we go. Okay, that was a nice like one-hit thing, but I want to save those. There we go. Parkour bat. Yeah. Basically, he's trying over here. They don't make it easy in this game. Wow. That's hard. Okay, but I have 8 lives. Oh, it starts me right back off where I died. That's wild. I think I have to jump on one stack and go to the other. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Could have been worse. Well, I think I still need to get back up there somehow. Okay, and now I have 10 throwing stars. I need to use these better items since I have a bunch of them. I think that's going to be key. Okay, what we got going on here in the comments? Andrew Cazzini says he would love if WB did a whole subdivision of their animated movies in the Beyond era. Some Batman and some JL Beyond. Honestly, yeah, that would be incredible. I would love to see some Justice League Beyond have their own movies. Oh no. How do I get back up there? I don't want to walk on the broken glass. That might be the only way. Some of the games you can like jump from the wall and like, okay, so I can do like a double jump thing, but I don't know how to do it consistently. There we go. Wow. So that just opened up a whole new world for me. I'm a much better jumper now. There we go. Alright, yeah. So now that I figured out how to double jump, this game has nothing on me anymore. Okay, so I used all my throwing stars. I'm going to use more Bat Bola. More life? Yeah, more health. That was nice. Okay. So double jump was literally just double tapping. I love that. I love that it works so well. I think I... Oh, okay. I was just checking to see if I used all the bolas or not, and I have not. Double jump is a lifesaver. Like, I don't even remember life before the double jump anymore. Okay, that's the way I came, I think. Oh, that was a thing down there. What was that? Explosives. Let's see what those do. I have a feeling they're gonna explode. Michael Morris asks, what is your opinion on Batman Vengeance and Rise of Sinzu? So I recently played through the Batman Vengeance Game Boy Advance game, and that was a lot of fun. It was a side-scrolling one, a lot like this. And then Rise of Sinzu is such a fun, like, slasher game on the console version. I had it for the GameCube when I was younger. And I am looking forward to playing that one again. You can see, we've got a video up on the Watchtower database somewhere where me, James, and Maddie all play with each other. Oh. Okay, so there's a Cheshire Cat I have to kill. This is challenging, though. Oh, there we go. Okay. That was better. Not so bad. Alright, I have a password, so let me save that. Okay, that was a weird boss fight, but I'll take it. Cheshire Cat. Random tangent. Catwoman 2004. Canons of Burden Batman, yay or nay? I think yay. Because there's a little sort of cameo image of Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman in that movie. It's a blink and you miss it thing. Alright, here we go. Studio scaffolding. I'm inside the studio now. It's so hard to know, like, if the floor is gonna hurt me. Like, right now I just have to assume that it's not lava. But that was a playing card guy. He was straight out of the cartoon. Working for Mad Hatter. I'm almost dead. Hopefully I'll find some health in here pretty soon. Oh, I died. I jumped in a bullet. Okay, do I have any special items? I still have 3 bat bolas. Let's use those. Oh, that's like a Tweedledum guy up there. And he is just making me waste my bat bolas. Oh well. That one was a lot easier for some reason. More bat bolas. Take it. They're just so much more powerful than the batarangs. Like, I don't even care about conserving them. They're just better weapons. It's hard too, because like as it's side-scrolling, you can kind of see like I can get so much closer to the right of the screen and not know if I'm about to come up on somebody. Like that guy. But it worked out there because I was taking it slow. Oh, and I fell. What just happened? Did something fire at me? Oh, there's something dropping down from the ceiling. It's like sandbags, I guess, because we're here in the studio. Yeah. Oh man, they're all back? Hmm. There's gotta be a better way up here somehow. Hmm. Is that a platform right above me? And you would think like I'd be able to drop down here. Oh, I can. And I died. Oh no. Maybe that's okay for now. Let's see what's down here. Nothing. Alright. Got a lot of pipes. Whoops. I feel like going up is the right answer. I was wrong. That didn't help either. I think I want to go this way. Yeah, I do. Oh, that's Slimy from the Discord server? I feel like it's like a Zelda situation where you gotta hit his head, you know what I mean? Yeah, get back up, Batman. You're not dead yet. I mean, you are, but you're not. Okay, I did hit him in the head. It's like it makes a sound. I gotta dodge him better, though. He's hard to dodge. Wow. By hard to dodge, I mean, like, impossible to dodge. Wow, he's killed me like 3 times already. Do I have any other? Nope. Okay, just batarangs. Is there a better vantage point or something I can do? Maybe over here? You might get me. This is crazy. The hardest boss in the game right here. I'm calling it. This is insane. This is my last life. Oh, got him finally. Thank God. And there's a password, so that hopefully I can just plug this in the future and get all my lives back. That was crazy. Milos Kavlin asks if I've seen Superman and Lois, and if so, what I think. This level is called the Wonderland set. I have been watching Superman and Lois. I haven't seen episode 3, but I really like the first 2. I thought it was a great start. The action's really well done. A lot of great special effects for a CW show. And I'm not like a devout watcher of the CW superhero shows anymore. I kind of fell off the wagon with The Flash. I was keeping up with it for like the first 3 or 4 seasons, but it was the season that did the Elseworlds crossover with Batwoman. That's kind of when I started to fall off of it, and I watched the crossover episodes, and then I watched Crisis the year after that. But yeah, I haven't really been following most of the shows otherwise. But I did give Superman and Lois a chance, and I like where it's going. Okay, here we go. And am I still down to 1 life? Yeah. So if I die here, I at least have a password that I can just input and hopefully start right back here with 9 lives. That is my theory, anyway. Okay. I could have just jumped for it. I don't know why I need this platform. Oh, there's sandbags. Yeah, that platform was not helpful. Yeah, okay, just battering. It's just checking again. Alright, Batbolos. Batbola. Yeah, those are so much nicer. One hit. Those things look like, what are those balls that, are like, in some, school playgrounds have them, like tetherball, is that what it's called? Where it's like attached to a pole and you just hit it around? That's what that seems like. Oh, that's health. I needed that. Yes. This music doesn't fit Batman at all. Like, it's good video game music, but it's just really light and bouncy. That's explosives up there. Yes. Sometimes just gotta fall forever. Did I miss anything on my big fall down? And that's where I came from, yeah, so I still need to make the fall. Maybe not. Maybe I actually don't have to. Yeah, just keep going this way. You'd think I would keep going this way. Is that an elevator? Yes, okay. Wow. What was that? Electric stars. Interesting. We'll try out electric star on this guy. That works alright. More bat bolas. There we go. Some more stars down there. Whoops. Good time for explosives, I think. Yeah, that was satisfying. Even though I guess I didn't really need to be up there. So I'm on my last life. And I don't know if that means that I'm going to get another life or if it'll go down to 0 next. But we will find out because I'm probably about to die. I feel like, yep, okay. So what happens? I want to continue. It doesn't want me to continue. It wants me to quit. Oh, no. Let me continue somehow. Oh, but I started back at 9. It just dropped my score down to 0. Okay, that's not so bad. I can live with that. I just didn't want to have to start that whole level over again, really. So that actually works really well for the stream. Cool. Let me catch up on some comments. Let's see. Andrew Gazzini watched the first 2 episodes. He liked what he saw. Not sure if it has legs for anything more than just a miniseries, some auxiliary characters. Yeah, you know, I hope it turns out to be really cool. I'm really hoping to see some like classic Superman villains show up, like Parasite and Metallo. I think could be really fun. I didn't really follow the Supergirl show, so I'm not really familiar if they were in that and carry it over or not. But you know, I'd still be interested. Yeah. Thought the Chronos. That's Greg. Hey, Greg. Yeah, this game is actually, now that I figure out the double jump, I'm having a lot of fun with this. So it's a lot more fun than because I did like a test run to make sure that my emulator and everything was working okay. And yeah, I'm having a lot more fun with it today. So I'm glad it turned out that way. Milos Kavlin asked if I saw the Gotham TV show, and I've seen random episodes. I went on Google and just searched like what are the best episodes of Gotham, and then watched those. So I ended up watching a bunch of the Mr. Freeze ones, and I thought those were really cool, pun intended. But no, I haven't watched it all from the beginning to the end, but I should one day. I'd like to. Milos is also asking if I've read some Future State and Batman Catwoman. Yes, I will talk about that in just a second. I did watch X-Men Evolution, Andrew Cazzini, back when I was young. I remember catching that one on TV as much as I could. That was probably my real like introduction to the X-Men because I haven't read a whole lot of the comic books. I've read like half of Grant Morrison's run on the new X-Men. I need to finish that. Yeah. Are you talking about the electric battering or the electric stars, kind of like the one from I Am the Night? That might be true. Michael Morris's uncle used to play this game. That's cool. Oh, they did Parasite, Metallo, and Supergirl. Okay. Oh, Mongol could be in Superman Lois. That could be interesting. And Dot the Kronos says that Gotham's Take on the Penguin was one of his favorites. That's really cool. Okay, so Future State and Batman Catwoman, as I continue playing this game, I'm so glad it started me back off with 9 lives rather than back at the beginning of the level. I don't mind losing my high score. That's not really why I play these anyway. Okay. Future State, I haven't been reading a whole lot. I've been reading the next Batman and Dark Detective, Justice League, and Legion of Superheroes. So those are the 4 Future State books that I've been invested in. And Justice League's been kind of hit and miss for me, just because I think it's kind of weird that there's been this whole subplot going on about how they can't like be friends outside the Justice League. They can't know each other's secret identities. And there's a relationship between the new Flash, Jess Chambers, who's the non-binary version of the Flash, and Aquawoman, who is Aquaman's daughter, grown up. And it's like, I like these characters. I've got nothing against the this lineup of the Justice League, but I'm not like really buying the relationship between the Flash and Aquawoman. It's kind of coming across as like manipulative, which is just strange. It's hard to explain if you haven't read the book. And then they're kind of painting like John Kent's Superman and Superboy out to have potential to be more of a villain as things go on. And I don't know about that either. I've generally enjoyed his character throughout the New 52 and Rebirth. You know, as Superboy, especially with like the Super Sons team up with Damian. But Future State seems to be asserting that because John Kent like spent time like with Jor-El out in space and then like a prisoner to Ultraman on Earth 3, that he's like had all these traumatic years of his life that's going to propel him to be a bad guy. And I don't know. I just don't like. I still think like despite that he's a heroic character. I'll talk more about Batman Catwoman after this fight with the Mad Hatter, because this is a boss battle if I've ever seen one. He's like throwing hats at me, I think. He's riding a hat. It's like a hat rocket ship. Do I have better items I can throw at him? Yeah, I've got explosives and electric stars. I'll throw an explosive at him. Got him. Not so bad with some explosives. All right, made it to level 2. I am going to see real quick, though, if it gives me a code, but this is where I'm going to stop for the day. Let's see if it has a code. Nope. No code. So I'll just save, just to be safe. Okay, cool. Well, everybody, that is where I'm going to stop for the day, because I beat the Mad Hatter. Cool. So next up, it looks like Mr. Freeze, Gotham City's frozen fiend, has decided to do a corporate takeover, Freeze style. So that's what we can expect next week. I'll pick back up here and fight Mr. Freeze. Yeah, so cool. I'm not done yet. I'm going to talk to y'all for a little more, but done with the game for today. So yeah, let's talk about Batman and Catwoman. If anybody else has been reading that book, I just read issue number 3 a couple days ago. I think that's the latest one, but it has been wild. I love that the Phantasm is now in the modern continuity of the mainstream comic books, and it's pretty much like the Andrea Beaumont that we know from the movie and her other appearances here and there. But she, there's obviously like stuff that's happened to her character that has gone on from her appearances. She has a kid, first of all. That's a pretty major spoiler. I'm sorry. But that's an element of it. And it's kind of left up in the air as to who the father is. It could be Bruce. It could be some other people. So that's part of the mystery as to who that child belongs to. Hey Mac, thanks for dropping in here. I started an hour early today just because I had some stuff to do later this afternoon. So that's kind of why I threw off the schedule a little bit today. But you know, feel free to go back and check out the game if you feel inclined. It was a pretty fun one today, and I think we'll have a lot of fun picking back up with Mr. Freeze next week. But yeah, so Batman Catwoman, there's a couple different timelines going on too. There's like the far future where Batman's dead, and it's very reminiscent of Earth 2 because he's married to Catwoman, and they have a daughter, Helena Wayne, who does not become the Huntress, but Batwoman. Instead, she's taken on the mantle of the Bat. And she's got a pretty cool Beyond-inspired Batwoman outfit with like the yellow bat symbol and a gray suit, and she's looking pretty cool. And her ears are designed to look like the Golden Age Batman. So I really dig that. There's a lot of stuff going on between Catwoman and the Joker. And then in the present day, like I said, there's Andrea Beaumont's going around. You know, she's dealing with some like, I'm trying to say this in the best, like, non-spoilery way as I can. She's dealing with stuff in the present day. So, yeah, it's a little disjointed and kind of incoherent right now, just because that Tom King tends to do that with his stories sometimes. Like, he's doing the same thing with Strange Adventures in Rorschach, which I'm also reading, where he's got these sort of non-linear stories that by the end of the series, we can expect that they'll tie together and make more sense. So he's one of those writers that, like, honestly is probably better to read, like, just to sit down and read as a graphic novel than try to follow it weekly. There's other writers like that out there. That's kind of been my take, but I can't wait. Like, I gotta keep reading to see how Phantasm, you know, what she does, because she's one of my favorite characters, and it's just so fun to see her actually, like, finally in this world. But yeah. What else we got? The future Batman. Yeah, you know what? The future state Batman. I wanna say there's this really kind of crazy. So I guess that's all I'll say for Batman Catwoman for now. Just that I think it'll be a better read as a whole. But, you know, still worth checking out if you're into Phantasm or just want to, like, if you followed his the Tom King Batman run that was part of Rebirth. This definitely, like, finishes that run. So those are the reasons to follow the book. It's pretty good. Maybe wait till the graphic novel if you'd rather have that reading experience. But yeah, for Future State, the next Batman has been really interesting. I love that they've got a new character going into that identity. And I will say that the whole, like, there's this overarching plot between all the Bat books that went on during Future State, and it involves this group called the Magistrate that has taken over Gotham City as a police state. And that's sort of like hanging over all the books. And some of them are diving into that more than others. And there's, like, supposed to be a Red Hood series that comes out soon, set in the present day, that, like, builds up to the Gotham that we saw in Future State. So it's I think we're gonna see, like, some of the Bat books, like, back in this Infinite Frontier era, build up to the stuff that we saw in Future State. But generally it's been hit and miss for me, the type of stories in Gotham City during Future State. But like I said, I've only been reading The Next Batman and Dark Detective. And The Next Batman's featured Tim Fox, or Jace Fox, who is the new Batman, and Dark Detective is Bruce Wayne, who is basically considered dead. But big reason why I wanted to do Dark Detective is because I love Dan Mora's artwork. He's one of my favorites right now. He's doing a book called Once and Future. That is one of my favorite comics. That's an indie book published by, why did I say it was published? I think it's Boom Studios. He's doing that one. I could be wrong, but I think it's Boom. Could be Image. It's Boom. Doesn't matter. Dan Mora is an amazing artist. And he's been doing great work on Dark Detective. The Next Batman, the first issue is by, I'm having a mind blank. Wow, it's Nick something. He was the artist on Brian Michael Bendis' Batman Universe comics, and he did a bunch of Doom Patrol stuff with Gerard Way. Amazing artist. And I feel bad I can't remember his last name right now, but really talented first issue of Batman as well. So yeah, I mean, the Magistrate stuff might be, like, a little funky. There was a backup story in the first issue of The Next Batman that featured Two-Face as part of a resistance group with a bunch of other characters. And Two-Face just looks so silly. They were wearing, like, classic Silver Age Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. style jumpsuits, and Two-Face just looks, like, really weird in it. So I just thought that was kind of goofy when I was reading it. But the second issue, there's a really, really cool backup with Stephanie Brown in prison, and I think it was Cassie Kane has to, like, break into prison and, like, find her, and there's resistance stuff happening there, and I really liked that. So again, hit and miss. Yeah. What else we got? Do we know who Red X is? I haven't been reading the Teen Titans Academy book, so I do not know who Red X is, but I would expect he's probably going to be an original character, just from my understanding of where that series is going. Yeah, Catwoman. Catwoman's pretty pregnant in the Batman Catwoman book. Still fighting crime though. Out of Maddie, me, and James, who reads comics the most? We all read comics, but I probably am the one who keeps up with current stuff the most. Like, I think I'm the only one who goes to like a local comic book shop and has a pull list, which right now I moved away from my city in Asheville, North Carolina for a couple months. I'm going back in 3 months from now. So my local comic book shop is like basically collecting all the books I read, and just once a month shipping me a big box full of stuff I need to catch up on. So that's really nice of them. If you're ever in Asheville, go to Comic Envy. They're pretty great. But yeah, I do. Maddie, yeah, thanks for bagging me up here. I do read the most, hands down, I guess. I read a lot of indie stuff too. Like last night I just read issue number 6 of The Department of Truth. I read a bunch of not indie stuff last night too, like Green Lantern season 2 number 12 that finished up the Grant Morrison run, and that was wild. I really liked the last issue, but most of the run was kind of a mess. I recently read White Knight Presents Harley Quinn number 5, and that's been awesome. Fans of Batman the Animated Series need to be reading that book. It is incredible. There's a lot of great ghost stuff. So the White Knight series in general has been amazing, but especially this Harley Quinn spinoff. What else did I read last night? Department of Truth, Green Lantern. I feel like there was one more thing. I have a mind blank. What was it? What did I read? Oh, Sweet Tooth, The Return. That's it used to be a Vertigo series, and there's a Black Label relaunch that's been going on right now. And Sweet Tooth is pretty soon getting an anime series coming to Netflix that's produced by Robert Downey Jr. So that should be pretty cool. I don't know if it's supposed to be coming out this year or next, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that adaptation. And this sequel miniseries has been a lot of fun. But cool. Thought the Kronos asks, do you ever reread old Legacy issues and wish you had done something different, or see something you wish you could have changed before publishing? There are not a lot of examples that I can actually say. Like, usually I'll go back and read and be very happy with the way everything turned out. I especially love going back to the like the first issue with Kronos is so much fun, and then the next story arc, Destroyed, issues 2, 3, and 4 was one of my personal favorites to write. And I love going back and reading number 4. That might be one of my favorite issues. But there's like minor things, and I'll mention one or two. One of them being in number 1, there's conversation when Bruce Wayne is basically breaking Kronos out of his time travel hypnosis. He name drops Professor Carter Nichols, who is a character from Silver Age Batman comics, where he had something, he would do a time travel hypnosis that would take Batman and Robin into the past and have adventures with like King Arthur or Robin Hood or somebody like that. And it was always uncertain whether or not those like actually happened as time travel or were just something in their heads. So I referenced Carter Nichols, but I also wish, and this was in the script, but the word balloon just didn't make it in the issue. But I was gonna reference Dr. Watiki, who we, I think that was his name. I might have just butchered it, but I was maybe thinking like Taika Waititi, the director. But the guy who is in the Clock King episode, Time Out of Joint, who invents the technology that lets them freeze time or speed it up, speed themselves up. So I had a reference to that character that just didn't make it in the final issue for some reason. And it probably would have, now that I do the lettering on the issues, I probably would have caught that and dropped it in. But I didn't do the lettering on on issues 0, 1, and 2. I jumped in on number first time I started doing Legacies lettering. But yeah, that's one example, just because it would have been kind of a cool Easter egg to name drop that guy. And another one would be just the general plot going into like the end of issue number 4 and then number 5, Asylum. I started to introduce the idea that Arkham Asylum was blown up during the Genesis War, and I did that as a way to sort of like allow the use of like any Gotham villain. You know, it's Scott Snyder did the same thing at the start of his New 52 Batman run. Arkham Breakout. Now all the Batman villains are at play. You can bring them in any way that you want to. That's kind of was my thinking there too. Is like, let's have a massive breakout, and then just we have a clean slate to bring them in as I need to. But by doing that, I was really hoping to sort of connect the the Arkham Asylum has been really tricky. If Maddie's still here, he can probably speak to this too in the comments. But originally, I wanted the Genesis War to blow up Arkham as a way to sort of set plant the seeds for Arkham being destroyed in the Return of the Joker flashback. However, Arkham had been destroyed in Batman Adventures Volume 2, which the creative team behind that series also intended that to bridge the Return of the Joker flashback. Now that's fine. I knew about Batman Adventures Volume 2 writing that, and I wanted to basically, there's no way that explosion couldn't have been rebuilt already, because we've seen Arkham intact in stories like Batman and Harley Quinn and Batman, Harley, and Ivy that we've deduced has taken place after Batman Adventures Volume 2. So no matter what, it was pretty much understood that, yes, okay, the explosion in Batman Adventures Volume 2, that's not the same, demolition that we can expect from a Return of the Joker flashback. So I thought to myself, okay, then it got repaired, and this new explosion from the Genesis War will be the thing that decommissions Arkham Asylum for good. The only problem with that is we figured out that the Batman and Harley series has to take place around 2005 for various in-story clues, which I don't recall why on the top of my head, but it's got something to do with Harley Quinn's overall story arc, or Poison Ivy's for that matter. We got a whole video coming out soon about that. But anyway, that just has now created a problem in Legacies that I intend to explain. I've got a story already plotted out, not written but plotted, that will answer these questions. So real quick, Andrew Cazzini, Arkham is not in Batman and Harley Quinn, but it is in the tie-in comics with Batman and Harley Quinn. So that being said, yes, it would still be intact during that show, or during that movie, even though it's not a movie itself. But then in the Fatal 5, there's a new facility by that time. So Fatal 5 happens in the summer to fall, I believe, of 2005. And the Batman, or the Harley and Ivy miniseries would have happened in the spring. So by Fatal 5, it can be destroyed. But now I have to bridge the gap between Legacies having destroyed Arkham, and now it needs to be rebuilt again for Harley and Ivy. So I've got a story sort of happening there, and then it needs to be destroyed again after Harley and Ivy, so that everyone can be moved to this new facility by Fatal 5. And so I introduced this whole concept in issue number, it was 5 and 6, Asylum and Powers That Be, that Powers Tech had built new Arkham that was going to house all the inmates in downtown Arkham. So it was kind of a play with Arkham City in that regard. So that's a big example of something I brought into Legacies and then realized later, ooh, this convolutes things a lot. But James, Maddie, and I have been able to sort of hash out a really interesting story based off that conflict that should tie everything up nicely by the time it's told. But yeah, cool. Michael Morris asked if I played the Batman Arkham Asylum on Game Gear. or any of the Arkham games. Arkham Asylum was not on Game Gear. I believe that the one I played today was the only one on Game Gear. But I did play Arkham Asylum and Arkham City on the Xbox 360. I have not played Arkham Knight. I'd like to one day, but I don't have a system that can handle it. Fingers crossed I can get a PlayStation 5 one day. Kind of want one. And then I want to play Gotham Knights and the Suicide Squad game. I want to do that stuff. But yeah, cool. I hope that answered your Legacies questions. Otherwise, I've been really happy with the series. There's not a lot I would have changed. Those are really like the only two major things I can think of is Arkham Asylum and Time Daddy. But yeah, y'all, I guess this is where I'm gonna say goodbye for the day. It's been fun. Always love doing these. This has been a really fun game, and if you missed it, if you tuned in late, check it out. I think you'll enjoy watching through it. It was the Mad Hatter. There's a lot of fun, like Mad Hatter oriented little mini bosses and stuff that I fought today too. And next week, we will jump back in and fight Mr. Freeze. So it looks like there's like 3 bosses overall, maybe 4 in this game. So it should take me like 3 or 4 weeks to get through it. And then I will probably end up jumping into the Justice League and Justice for All for Game Boy Advance. Yeah, awesome. Tomorrow, catch Maddie doing a read-through of the Justice League Secret Origins novelization, and then he'll probably be back here on Saturday for his timelining stuff. Awesome. Y'all take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.